Oh! Oh my goodness. Okay, I'm back! Hi everyone, I am so sorry about the delay. I forgot the word. I had to buy, I had to buy dinner last minute, so that took some finagling. But I'm finally here. Yay. Uh, hold on. Okay. A second. Uh, it's okay. Okay. I'm now reading chat because I could not look at chat before, but it's. I actually didn't go live on Friday. Fun fact. Today's stream is actually supposed to be Friday's stream, so that's fun. Oh, I'm sorry chat got a little sad. But, yeah. Well, but yeah. Anyways, so today we'll be playing more of step 2 of Our Life Beginning and Always. In case anyone didn't know what this game is. This game, Our Life Beginning and Always, is a visual novel romance game where you spend your childhood growing up with the the guy in the thumbnail. That the hold on, my brain is dying. That guy, the Cove Holden. I didn't forget his name. I forgot how to describe him. But yeah, it's Okay, hold on. Oh wait. Oh, I forgot. Okay, that's better. He's I played through this. I started playing this a while ago on stream, but I haven't had time to do it or had other things that were slightly time related to play this game, but I have no idea what I just said. Oh no. Oh no, my thoughts are leaving me, but yeah. Alright, let's get into it. I think I have to load a file. This one. Alright. Right! I forgot. We're on the character selection screen. I kind of forgot about that. This is fine. Okay. Do I want to change any of this? Oh! I forgot! Okay, so the game is like in steps, and each step is about 5 years apart. So since we just finished step 1 and we're going into step 2. So I think in this next step we're 13. Not that sure. But also, chat, is the volume of the game okay? I turned it up, I think, a little bit to see if it was too quiet, but I'm not sure now because I did change my mic settings a while back. Okay. Hair. Oh god, I'm bald. Oh wait, no, there's hair. Kinda like this though. I love knowing things. I remember, man, it's been a while since I played this game. Oh, that's great. Thanks, Paper. Do I want to add any of these? Sure. Why not? Fun fact. I no more watches. Actually, I don't know how to read, like, those manual clocks. I don't remember how to, for some reason, they never really taught me, like, I know, like, what the minute hand and what the hour hand are, like, one's longer and one is shorter, but for the life of me, I cannot remember which one is, like, which. So anytime you show me a manual clock, I'll stare at it and I go, I think this is the time that is on the clock based on what it says, but also at the same time, I have no idea. So, shh, we don't talk about it, chat. Luckily, electronic clocks exist, so I don't have to embarrass myself with clocks. Alright, I think we're not gonna change anything else. Oh, I forgot I was at Crush. Oh no. Do you want to change anything? I can't believe I was direct. I thought I was nervous last time. Oh no, paper. Nervous? Isn't preteen when you're like, don't say that, don't say that, don't say that, Ashley. It's not edgy. You can be edgy when you're like 13, but like, isn't 13 when... No, Norbles. Oh, paper. Nervous. My thoughts are scattered today. Shouldn't have taken a... Guys, chat, I don't even know how long I was... Pape! I'm gonna ignore you said that. We're not gonna talk about... It's like when you're 12 or something! It's, Are you like angsty? Are you angsty as a 13-year-old? I don't know if I was angsty when I was 13, but... Okay, I think we're gonna go with nervous. Because when you're 13, you got all them insecurity. Oh dear. Oh dear, paper. I think we're gonna go with nervous because of angsty teens, insecurities. That's fine. I wish I could start it at love. I want. Ooh! All right, I'm only gonna change hit. I might change his personality. Depends on what we get. Oh, that's fine, paper. What are we sporting? Why is it that one of my monitors, his glasses is brown? When I look at my other monitor, it's red. Wacky. Okay. You know, I've never played with this hairstyle. I've played this game like 4 times, and I'm not sure. What? But this is a classic. That's a classic. No, we'll go with this one. We'll go with this one. We're gonna see. Alright, there's only 2 outfits because it's part 2. Okay. No. Do I wanna yassify? I hated saying that. Sometimes the words that leave my mouth are not words that should be leaving my mouth. I think. Okay, we'll go with that. Oh wait, there's only 2 options. Okay. Oh my god, he's fruity. Oh my god. I just got him. He's free. We don't talk about it. Oh god. That's a disaster combo. We're not gonna. Oh dear god, I hate that one. I think I'm gonna wear this shirt. Oh no, there's only 2 shirts. Never mind. I digress. What? Oh my. What? Okay. Nope. Nope. That's not what I wanted. I clicked the wrong thing. Oh dear god. Okay. Let's see. I haven't done the funky pants. Do I want to do the funky pants? Do I? Funky pants? Chat, funky pants or no funky pants? Funky pants? That's... Oh, it just looks non-funky pants. I feel like I've done this look before, but I can't remember. Funky pants. No funky pants. Funky pants. No. He looks so. Don't. No! Stop it! I mean. We're not, He looks ewy with colors. Okay, fine. I'm gonna go with non-colored cool. Alright. Do I want him to wear glasses? Yes, he's very cute with glasses. I can change. No, I can't change his hair. Never mind, never mind. Ew, he looks basic. God. So, in one of my past playthroughs, I didn't do anything like with customizations, like changing his like clothes and stuff. And he wore this monstrosity of a color. It was terrible. I actually hated it. Who would buy this for him? One, who would buy this for him? And then 2, why would he choose to wear? I'm sorry, Cole. I love this man with all of my heart, but God, it's so bad looking. I hate it. Anyways. Chat! That's funny. Okay. No! No, he's cold. I don't like cold. I'm gonna make him moderate. I'm sorry. I can't. One of my playthroughs off stream has cold, but I don't like it. He's my little baby. I don't like that. Okay. I'm gonna go with this. I actually haven't had a studious Cove. For some reason, he's always mixed or sporting, but we'll see how this goes. Okay. August ended, and September began. It was time to go back to school. Lizzie groaned and complained the entire first week. She hated going to classes. Still, there were interesting things to do that couldn't be done anywhere else. You weren't sure how Cove felt about it. He was enrolled that year. That was like a sign that Cove would be staying in Sunset Bird for a while. At school, he was alright, but kept his distance from the other kids. From what you saw, anyways. Whenever he could, Cove stuck to you like glue. He didn't even mind that much what you did to pass the time, as long as it was together. He's cute. I love him. He's been one of my fixations for a long time now. He is 2 months at this point of me saying this. He looks like he can sucrose. Oh, depends. I don't know who he would I'll be honest, I like pretty men, which is why Albedo is also one of the characters that I really like from Genshin Impact, and so is Cove. Cove is a really pretty guy. Wait till you see him in Step 3 and Step 4. Step 3 is gonna be amazing. I'm gonna tease him so much, it's gonna be great. I actually never played Movie Star Planet when I was younger. I played other games, like Roblox, Wizard 101. Animal Jam. Oh god, Animal Jam. Damn, I remember that one. And that was just fun, actually. Whenever he could, Cove stuck to you like glue. He didn't even mind that much of what you did to pass the time, as long as it was together. And that was just fine. You felt for him the same way you always had. Nothing changed. Man, this game won't let you go back on affection levels, so you, like, once you're at crush, you can't go back to, like, indifference or fun. So I think it's so funny to be like, oh my god, like, at 8 years, like, oh my god, I think he's really cute. I'm, like, I don't know how I feel for him, but it's definitely something different. And then 5 years pass, and I'm like, I don't know this kid anywhere. So sad. But also, oh no, Cove, I'm so sorry. That'd be really funny though, but also kill me inside. Except, as you got older, you were able to understand better exactly what those feelings had, and still meant. That year, the divorce of Cove's parents was finalized. That year, I was thinking, 5 years or 8? What? Remember now. You overheard your parents talking about it, saying that Cove's dad got full custody. At first, you worried that meant bad news. It had made Mr. Holden cry, apparently. Mr. Holden cries. You're just like your father! Ooh. Then you found out it meant Cove would keep living with his dad. He would only stay with his mom a few weeks of the year. Chat, I forgot. We get to see his mom in this step. All I'll say is that she's fine. She's very attractive. That's all I'll say on the matter. She's very attractive. Especially in Step 2. She looks really cute. She looks really pretty in Step 2. Every time I've had the option to compliment her, I've always picked that option. I'm like, pretty woman, wow. I love her. What? Cove cried too, for different reasons, you thought. Wait, why would Cove? I'm confused. Oh, is because he misses his mom? I'm not sure. It seemed like Cove and his dad might move again, but Mr. Holden decided to stay after all. Mom asked him about it once. He had said that he didn't want to uproot Cove's life a second time. Baby! I love him. Mr. Holden tried to get Cove to like Sunset Bird more. He kept encouraging his son to go out and see the place. Sometimes Mr. Holden volunteered you to spend time with Cove, which I would gladly do. I love this guy. He seemed very confident that it was an effective strategy. Oh no, I spaced out. I looked at two different things. one of my friends loves making your mom jokes. They're not quite like Joe Mama jokes, but like they're kind of in the same vein. And he pulls them out like no one's business. Like we could be doing nothing, like, and then it's like, haha, your mom, and then that's the joke. And then he just laughed to himself for like minutes. It's kind of funny. Oh my god. Okay. No, he's not. He just wants to. Well, I'm just Cove's only friend. Listen, you don't have context. You can actually find context. You can actually find context if you go to my YouTube channel, which is hold on. When I'm processing new information, my brain starts getting. I have a YouTube channel, which is it's under the same username as my Twitch, which I will be archiving past streams on there, such as, lo and behold, this game. Dun 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 dun. Right now, I think I only have my first stream uploaded. They're more like stream VODs, but I did try to edit them slightly so like you don't get weird pauses or like configuring stream stuff. So if you guys want to check it out, it is linked, I think, on my Twitch channel if you want to check that out, but it's also by the same username as my Twitch. So that's it. You know, I don't think you can change that. I don't think you can change this, but I'll say my thoughts after this. Also, I just realized this is covering the thing. There we go. Okay. I've revoked the privileges. Cove never talked to anyone about what happened with his parents and withdrew whenever it was brought up. Oh dear, I'm clicking something else. It was hard for him, yet nobody knew how to help. I mean, when you're 13, you're not really well equipped to deal with other people's emotional issues. It's hard because you want to be there for that person, but you just have so little experience in your life to really help people who deal with those type of things. Eventually, I've seen this 4 times and it still gets me every time. Eventually, Cove stopped crying on his own. He couldn't understand what had changed. But he had hoped that you could help him feel better still, since even without the tears, he looked sad. I'll be there for you, Cove. Be with you all the time. I'm writing a fanfic about Cove Holden. It's in the works. It's going there. Maybe one day he could say out loud what he felt inside. After that, it felt like things had gone back to normal, except what was normal didn't stay the same. Fun fact, I've never I've been rickrolled before by like social media, but actually I would never rickroll my Twitch my chat, my followers. I'm nice. Well, I tried gaslighting on my friends in Minecraft the other day. It was very funny. Very funny. I love doing that. I want to rickroll you, chat. Oh my god. Years passed, and suddenly you were in middle school. You weren't a kid anymore. You were 13 years old. That officially made you a teen, even if your sister didn't agree. She's only like a year older than me. Oh my, she's only a year older than me. Kids are weird. The toys and crayons that used to litter every free space in your room had been packed away somewhere, replaced by new hobbies. There were other changes too, like my height. Oh. You really told me my priority. Cove's cast got taken off. It was weird to see him without it initially. In step 3, you can see a picture of him when he's 8 without his cast. But we'll see if I play that moment. We'll see. Underneath the pink plaster ended up being a long, thin scar that snaked across his forearm. Cove's chest puffed out with pride when someone drew attention to it. He also went through a major growth spurt. Major growth spurt is 4'11". That's his like actual canonical height in like step 2. But he gets taller. He gets absurdly tall. We don't talk about it. It's very terrible. I don't like it. I don't like tall people. A lot of my favorites are really tall for some reason. Like oh my god. Should people like trolls? Oh my god. No, I'm losing my thoughts. Oh yeah, a lot of my favorites are really tall people. So I'll just list off a few. Okay, Albedo's like a short king, but you go king. You go Bessie, I love you. Mwah. So is Venti. Venti's actually really short too. Do I have any other favorite? Well, I have a bunch of tall women favorites. But that's relevant to the tall men. So Cove is a tall guy that I like. So is you're not gonna I don't know if you guys have read it, but MXTX's books or media, so like Modao Zushi, Lan Wangji is also one of my favorites, and he's like 5'1", which is very terrifying. But I hate that they're tall. I am somewhat of like an average height person myself, but I'm slightly shorter than the average of average of people where I live. So it's very sad. I don't like tall people. Oh no, I didn't finish reading the sentence. He also went through a major growth spurt. He was the tallest student in his class for 2 years in a row. Cove will probably hold that spot again next time. Oh no. Gotta click. Ooh. Oh. Another trans person in chat? I am. Oh. You love to see it. Oh, I spaced out. Oh no. In class, people knew him for more than just being tall. He also stood out because of how well he did on tests and in other academic situations. Over the years, he still remained familiar in a lot of ways. He talked to people when they came to him, but never really searched out company on his own. My little Cove, baby! Ah. That's fair, Paper. I wish I was taller. I compensate somewhere else, though. Oh, yo! I'm gonna stop. Ooh! Not gonna lie. So many of my friends are trans, or so many friends are not cishet. It's I'll just leave it as that. There a lot of, yeah, we'll just leave it as that. I feel like I'm losing my grip on the world every time I look at the screen, and I'm like, man, I don't remember what was said before. This is great. And the only kid that came to visit the neighborhood when you were little, Shiloh, well, he was gone. Dun dun dun! Evaporated. Thanos snap. I need to stop. He and his mom moved back south because of her work, just 1 year after Cove came to Sunset Bird. Fun fact! Sunset Bird is set in California. Oh. Bye, Paper! Thanks for coming out! It had been really upsetting when he left. Lizzie was inconsolable for weeks, but nobody talked about Shiloh anymore. It was a long time ago. I mean, it was like 5 years, so... You learned some heartbreaking... What? Oh. You learned some heartbreaking things. No, I'm gonna read it wrong. You learned some heartbreaking things. You learned... That doesn't seem right. You learned some heartbreaking things became less sad the further away they were, even if they had never gotten better. And the only kid that came to visit the neighborhood when you really... Oh no, I read it wrong. That was sad in its own way. Things at home were different too. You still lived in the same house and all that, but it wasn't how it was before. Ma dyed her hair purple, wanting something new, and liked it so much she kept dyeing it. You remembered calling her Mommy as a kid, but something like that seemed awkward nowadays. You were much too old for the word. No, I'm not! No, I'm not! Call her. No, I'm not! Let me call her Mommy! Oh, sorry, I just read that. Lizzie felt too mature for her nickname, too. She insisted on everyone calling her Elizabeth. So you did. Your mom soon gave you permission to go to places other than the playground and shopping street, which she took advantage of. You rarely saw her around the old neighborhood. Man, preteens. Y'all are angsty. Y'all are breaking out of your own shell, as one might say. In fact, she hardly spent time with you the way she was before. Elizabeth instead associated more and more with girls from school who were her own age. That's fine, I mean, her siblings, so makes sense. Maybe the difference... Oh, no, she's 2 years older than me. Never mind, I forget. I missed it. Oops. Maybe the difference between 13 and 15 was greater than the difference between 8 and 10. You started befriending new people yourself, like Derek... Oh, no, I'm gonna butcher this. Sorry, Derek fans. Suarez. Oh no, I'm butchering that name. He didn't live in the neighborhood or go to the same school. What happened was his and Cove's dad struck up a business partner a few months ago. Since then, Derek would pop in the area now and then. It seemed Mr. Suarez was happy to let Derek tag along to his work, if Derek had the time for it. Without a doubt, everyone and everything around you had changed, in small and big ways. You had too. As the time went by, though, it was easy to settle into this new normal. Then, before you knew it, school was over and summer vacation had come again. My womb! Welcome back. It was the first day of summer vacation. The sun was as hot as ever, but you were inside and away from those harsh rays. God, I hate this. I hate summer, not gonna lie. It's so hot. Ugh. To be more specific, you were... I would be snuggled up in bed celebrating my time off by sleeping in. Like, I have an inability to sleep in, but I would just be lying in my bed doing absolutely nothing. So. It was hot, but you still had the blanket over your head to block out the sun. You didn't want it intruding on your lazy morning. Unfortunately, you hadn't prepared for an intrusion. From beneath the blanket, you heard the door creak open. You're still sleeping? Wow. Get up. Jeez, okay, thanks. What do I want to do? Yeah. Nope, I'm tired of you! Go away. Go away. By the impatient tapping of her foot, you could tell that she still hadn't left. Get up now. I will come over there. So much for a lazy morning. Mom told me to tell you that you're... I've never seen this text before. I've never seen this text before. Oh god. Okay. Mom, oh no, that's embarrassing to read that out loud. Mom told me to tell you that your baby boyfriend is here and wants to see you. Again. Like he does every day. Hey now. Listen, I mean, we're not dating yet, but okay. He brought some happy summer gift from Mr. Holden. Mom wants you to take it from. Say thanks or whatever. You did not like the way she called him your baby boyfriend. But you knew by now that saying so wouldn't stop her. Yeah, that's Elizabeth for you.
Come on.
So come down already. Jesus, okay. I'll be there when I be there. I'm angsty. Elizabeth rolled her eyes and left. Having done what was instructed of her, you rolled out of bed, stretching your arms up high and yawning. Time to get ready. You sat yourself in front of the mirror in the far corner of your room. There was a lot of open real estate in the frame. You're pretty short. Oh no. Your reflection fit comfortably in the frame. Your average height. I want to be average height, for reasons you'll find out later. Cove was really tall. Derek was kind of short, and you were pretty much the exact height that someone would expect for a 13-year-old. You weren't sure how to feel about your height, yeah. Things kept changing. With the height you actually had and what was the impression of that height was based on your age, it was confusing. Then you put the finishing touches on your outfit while ruminating on the situation. Careless that they had been, Elizabeth's words piqued your curiosity. You planned on going over to see what Cole was up to today, so this worked in your favor. It was when you spotted your reflection that you realized you were smiling wide. You were looking forward to seeing him. As I would! He's my favorite person in the world right now. You left your room, resting a hand on the railing as you went down to the stairs. Step 2, second chance. I don't remember this. You spotted Mom first, reclining on the couch. She held a magazine in her hands, which she was perusing through. Morning, Mom! She looked up at your greeting, a smile instantly appearing on her face.
Thanks.
Good morning, Sai. Thank you for coming down. Ma's at the door with Cove. He can't stay over today, unfortunately. Why don't you go and thank him before he leaves? I'm gonna go with him. You nodded and made your way to the front of the house. Just as she said, Ma was there making conversations. She must have heard you, because she looked over her shoulder.
Oh?
Look who finally made it. Morning, sleepyhead. Ma reached forward and you knew she was about to pat you on the head. She was taller than average. She is? Ooh. So you were little in her eyes despite being a typical size for your age. What if I was taller, that would change? pushed your hand back and laughed. Mock would be so ridiculous, you thought, but that was okay. Ah, you're the last one down today. You know that? Life isn't a race.
Funny.
Funny. I don't think that excuse will work if you're late for anyone other than your own mother, though. With a small laugh, Ma stepped aside. Oh! Cove was just as you remembered, exactly how you came to know him to be. Oh! I'm not okay. He leaned uncomfortably to the side as his bushy hair covered part of his. Actually, you know what? You know what? You know what? You know what? I'm gonna screenshot this. Screenshot this. He's so baby! I love him. His features were pinched in embarrassment as he shifted from one foot to another. He was holding what must be the much talked about gift. At first glance, you figured it must be a bouquet of flowers. Then you gave it a real look. No, instead, it was carefully cut fruit. It made a lot of sense that it was actually from Cove's dad. He had to suppress a laugh at this showing. You couldn't imagine many folks buying that sort of thing for their own personal enjoyment. Why not? Well, technically if you wanted to really eat fruit, you could just eat the fruit instead of like buying super cool shapes of fruits. But aesthetic over practicality. He's so blushy. Oh my god, what a cutie. That kind of arrangement was built for the presentation, likely to impress whoever was inevitably going to receive it. It seemed no matter how long he lived here, Mr. Holden would keep going out of his way to be neighborly, and Cove would always be roped into participating. I mean, that's nice of Mr. Holden. Cove sighed in relief at the sight of you. He must have been braving some embarrassment to get this far, and that had clearly been what he was waiting for. Shoot. Tee-hee. Tee-hee. Okay, I'm gonna be normal now. Hey, Sai. Hi! He broke eye contact then, staring down at the ground instead. Oh. Ew, crushes. Your heartbeat sped up, being near him. You smiled back fondly. He always had this kind of effect on you. You couldn't help but think. Ever since the two of you were kids. There was something about him that was just special, in some strange and indescribable way. Hey, it's nice to see you.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it's nice seeing you too. Not that it's nice for you to see me. It's so awkward, jeezums. The both of you had a bit of a laugh, but your gazes still didn't meet again. Dag, we nervous kids. It's already shaping up to be another long summer. The best part was that the two of you had... I just realized that I picked nervous, and all my choices are not nervous choices. God, I keep doing that. The best part was that the two of you had plenty of time to enjoy each other's company and relish what you had together. We're cute. His awkwardness over the task started to creep back in, so Cove nudged the gift closer to you. He was ready to be relieved in it. Nom. Thank you. Oh. I'm cringing. Your hands brushed over his just slightly when you took hold of the base. You flinched enough for you to know with certainty that he noticed it happened. Oh, God, okay. I don't remember this when I played this at Crush. You worried you might have reacted in a similar way without realizing. And with that, the gift was accepted. thumbnail purposes. Also because I think he's cute. This thing was definitely his dad's idea. I would have gone for some. No, I read that wrong. This thing was definitely Dad's idea. I would have gone for something else. But if you can't eat it all, I wouldn't mind taking a couple skewers. Hee hee tee hee. Oh. Huh. We don't talk about it. We don't talk about it. He smiled, looking amusedly at the gift, then back at you. He called that one. Don't flirt with him! But he's ah! I'm not trying to be. I need to stop. I need to stop. Don't do it. Don't take a screenshot. No, 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 no. Just thank my dad for all of this, okay? Fine. Mr. Holden's behavior really was different from any neighbor you've had. Though, after 5 years, you were used to his antics. And you'd since made up your mind on what your opinion was. You didn't like him. He was great. He was great. He was nice. It was great. Though there were some things people didn't like about Mr. Holden, you didn't mind them and liked him quite a bit. You guys were quickly interrupted by a shout. Ooh, I think I know who this is. There you are! You shared a confused look with Cove. As one, both of you stepped through the open door onto the neighborhood street. It didn't take too long to look at the source of the noise. You spotted Derek, just a few yards down the road. He ran up to you. You were confused at the sight of him. Derek? You hadn't expected to see Derek today, though you never really knew what he did here. Shark King. He gets taller, but dang, Shark King. After stopping a couple steps away, Derek hunched over to catch his breath. Then he looked up with a wide grin.
Hey.
Hey, Guy and Pal. Hi. His DLC got, his preview page got uploaded on Steam recently, which is really cool. They've been working on his DLC for a while, so I'm not sure if I'll get it because Derek isn't a character I'm not particularly, like, really fond of. But we'll see. We'll see. I was just at your house, Cove, but no one was there. Does it? Cove lives like right next to me. Should have figured you'd be at Sai's place. You ever spend time in your own home, or are you always just there? He blushy. Derek laughed at his own joke. He either didn't notice that embarrassed Cove, or the embarrassment was what he was actually laughing at. Derek turned to you. He was going to say more when his eyes widened and gasped. What's that? What? You followed his gaze, unsure. Then you realized what he meant. You were still holding Mr. Holden's gift. This? It's kind of like a bouquet of flowers, but made out of fruit.
Nice.
Should I have some? I haven't even tried any yet. Maybe you can have some later. Derek grew more excited by your words, bouncing on the balls of his feet. Awesome! Oh, look at that smile! Cute. Then he nodded his head, as if to clear it. Anyway, that's right. I came here because I needed to say something big. He paused, possibly for effect. There's some other kid here in Sunset Bird. Ooh. Another kid? Cole was just as surprised as you were by the news. Such a reaction made sense. No one around her age had moved here since Cove did 5 years ago. 'Tis a tourist town. You get no one here. I'm okay. I'm okay. Every time I hear any of Cove's lines, I have a minor meltdown because of how cute I find him. And then I'm normal again. I go insane. Were they with their family? Maybe they were cutting through. Nuh-uh. The new kid was all by himself, just walking. Did you talk to him?
Nope.
I came to report the sighting right away. The kid had green hair, glasses, was pretty small, and seemed really upset about something. I hope he didn't leave. Aw, Derek, you care. He blinked. Slowly, he looked over to your longtime neighbor. That... Ironically enough, it does. Because Cove in step 1 was Angie. It was very funny. Not funny, but it's not funny. As in, no. Not funny, ha ha. Funny, weird. I need to stop quoting TikTok sounds out of pocket. Oh yeah, for reference, step 1 Cove was he was kind of an angsty boy. But, he did just get separated from his parents, so it's kind of warranted, but also at the same time, dang. That sounds a lot like you, Cove, when you first got here anyway. Oh, yeah, I guess that was me back then. Derek snickered good-naturedly. I can see that really well, now that you say so. But what you say? Let's go find Cove's lookalike. No, but what do you say? Let's go find Cove's lookalike. We should all meet him.
Sure.
I'll do it. Sure. I want to see who this person is. Now, if I was a true nervous person, I'd be like, no, I want to leave. But game-wise, yeah, sure, I guess I'm going. Derek grinned. Then he pointed down the street the way he came. Last I saw him, the mystery visitor was going this direction. Nothing else needed to be said. The 3 of you were off, with Derek leading the way. Derek brought you to the beach, and, as a trio, you made your way down to the shore to the old playground. You walked the familiar path in a comfortable silence. When you were almost there, you spotted the kid in question. His bright colors almost shone like a beacon beneath the rays of sun. He scuffled around, kicking up the sand as he paced. It was true, he had certainly seemed upset, but you didn't think he was sad, like you had originally pictured. No, with his erratic movements and scrunched up expression, he came off angry. You became uncomfortable at the idea of talking to the stranger now. You didn't want to bother him if he was such in a bad mood. You shared a look with Cove. He was equally reluctant to start up a conversation. Derek didn't feel the same. Not the introvert, extrovert. Derek didn't feel the same. He waved wildly, calling out to the boy. Hey guy! Over here! The kid whipped around, an impressive scowl carving deeper onto his face. His eyes were tired, but a strong, hostile energy still radiated from him.
What?
What is it? What do you want? The sharp tone made Derek flinch. He shifted on his feet. What's your name? Jeremy. Was that it? Jesus, okay, someone needs to tone it down.
No.
Such tiny... No, I'm Derek, and that's Sai and Cove. We were just walking around and saw you. We wanted to say hi. There aren't a lot of kids our age in the neighborhood. Yeah, so, it's cool to see someone else here. Strangely, Jeremy grew furious by your response. Jeez, why? If steam could erupt from a person's ears, it would have happened then. They did bring me somewhere stupid. Of course! I knew it! Oh gods. What?
My parents.
They're the ones who brought me here. I didn't walk to this town. Can you not figure out that on your own?
Right.
Right. My dad brings me to Sunset Bird too. When he has to come for work and all that stuff. It's not that bad. That... Usually I'd be furious at Jeremy, but for reasons I won't say now, I'm not. Interesting. But being rude. Dang. That earned him a glare from Jeremy. Derek winced beneath it, glancing away. It was a struggle to remain friendly with this Jeremy guy. I mean, I wouldn't want to come here for a real vacation probably either. Wait, why? Oh, you don't want to come, Jeremy. Oh, Derek. Oh, man. Well, that's an understatement. This doesn't count as a vacation. It's a waste of time. A chore. My parents' family is nearby, and we just had to come and see them. Uwag! If they're your parents' family, doesn't that make them your family too?
I guess.
Okay. Put it down, maybe. That's a pretty good reason to come by. Did you want to go somewhere else? No! Guy's just angry at everyone, huh? Jeremy crossed his arms with a huff. He turned away. They should have gone by themselves, since they cared so much, and left me home. But I'm not allowed to be by myself. It makes no sense. They're the ones who don't know how to do anything, and I'm the kid? Who peed in your cereal this morning? You kept quiet. Actually, look all the way here. Okay. You kept quiet. He had no idea what to say to this, so he stayed silent. Jeremy didn't even notice. Too focused on ranting. How do they always make summer vacation worse every year? You turned to Cove, lowering your voice. Two of you aren't that similar at all. Jeremy must have had good hearing though, because he caught the private exchange and scoffed.
Stupid.
Of course we're not similar. My eyebrows aren't stupid. Hey, take that back! Take that back right now! Take that back! No! Cheeks? Cove's cheeks flushed crimson at the insult. You couldn't be sure if it was out of embarrassment or anger. Maybe both. Come on. How can you say that? No! Cove's wavy eyebrows are so cool! He's cool! Leave him alone! Cove smiled weakly. Now I know why you thought we had anything in common. You must be blind. I actually do wear glasses, so technically I am blind on some level, but I don't think that's what he meant, but still. You lunged towards Jeremy! With your fist balled, you made a quick step forward. I may be nervous, but I'm about to get into a fist fight. Anything to protect Cove's honor. He was the one who started things. You were ready to end them. He'd made it clear that words wouldn't work, leaving you to resort to action. You weren't sure what would happen, but you couldn't let this stand. No! No! Let me punch him! Let me punch him! Hey guys, it's Editing Aster here. So when I was streaming this originally, the game audio seemed fine, but upon looking at the recording, apparently something got corrupted and I had to cut about 30 or so minutes of gameplay. To recap those 30 minutes, Cove came into our room in the middle of the night night because he overheard a phone conversation with his mom and his dad, and how his mom was apparently coming to Sunset Bird for the summer. He was really distraught and confused about the whole thing, and we ended up having a nice heartfelt talk with each other. He ended up staying the night actually at our house because, surprise surprise, he fell asleep. It was really amusing to watch MC and Cove scramble not get caught. Now it's the morning after, which just about does it for the recap. Hi KJ! Hold on. I'm eating bread. Hold on. Okay, so I am playing Our Life Beginning and Always. Eating that bread made me go out of breath. Oh my goodness. Yeah. So right now we're playing Our Life Beginning and Always, and we're in the middle of step 2. Okay, let's see. Feel rejuvenated by eating bread. Oh, I love bread. With a little sigh, you reclosed your window. Deciding there was nothing more you could do, you hopped off your bed and got ready to head downstairs for the day. Oh. You just left! Yeah, I would just leave. It was too early to do anything else. You took the stairs, slowly attempting to mask your face into a look of innocence. You were sure that someone would have come into your room if they had heard anything strange. But you couldn't be too careful. You had to play it cool. It is a romance visual novel type of game. Our Life Beginning Always is a feels good nostalgia-esque game where you hold on, my brain got distracted. It is hold on. No, my brain is dying. Yeah, it's just a romance novel visual dating game. You were sure that someone would have come into your room if they had heard anything strange, but you couldn't be too careful. You had to play it cool. What's with the dots? What is it? When you stepped into the living room, Elizabeth was there, tapping her finger on the counter. Good morning, Elizabeth. She looked over at you immediately, her eyes squinting at the greeting.
Why?
Why are you being so weird? You hadn't even done anything! Your big sister never missed a beat, unfortunately. You stopped in your tracks, heart pounding in your chest as you wondered if she could see the sweat that was building around your temples. Sigh? You clammed up. She began to smile, thinking whatever you had hidden, you were hiding was bigger than she assumed.
Come on.
What's going on? Nothing. Further suspicious squinting occurred as she waited for something. But ultimately, she rolled her eyes, and you weren't sure if you were in trouble or not. She didn't seem to care enough to dig any further. Whatever. And then she walked straight out the front door, letting it slam shut behind her, and you let out a brief sigh. Elizabeth went out. Okay. Weird, but okay. Elizabeth went out most days to hang out with her friends from school and around town. Today, you were extra glad for it, though you were also grateful she hadn't left the house any sooner and risked running into Cove. It looked like you got away with that. Ooh. Breakfast was eaten in peace and alone. Your moms were both out by the time you had gotten up. They left you a serving of food from the breakfast they made. Hash browns, an omelet, fruit salad, and there were a few sausage links. Sausage. Took a bite of every. I'm vegan. Is it vegan or vegetarian? I can't remember which one. I always mix up the two, but there's two distinct differences. You took a little bit of everything. It was tasty. You appreciate there was a variety in the meals your mom's made. All my family has at home is rice. The day lazily drifted by at home, and eventually your parents returned. You pulled open the fridge again, lingering in the frosty air for a moment or two before grabbing a bottle of ice-cold water and taking a long drink. It was a perfect, balmy summer afternoon, and you had decided to head outdoors and find something to do. You hadn't decided what that something was just yet, but you were sure something would pop up to occupy your time. As you were heading out the front door, you paused for a moment. You hadn't seen Cove since he left that morning, and you couldn't help but think about what had happened to him. Would it be bad to go over to his house right now, or to call him back to check in? Truly, decisions I have to make. You stepped out of your house, still stuck in an internal debate with yourself, when a voice caught your attention.
Hi.
Find out. Hi, Sai. Oh. Confused, you looked over to where an unrecognizable woman was waving at you. A friendly smile plastered on her face. You racked your memory for where you might have seen her before, but nothing came to mind. Not from your school or the country club your moms took you to. You had absolutely no idea who the woman was. The woman crossed the road towards you, and you were a little unsure whether you should stay put or go back into the house and lock the front door. Oops. Oh. Hi. Oops, I'm sorry. Was that presumptuous? I've heard about you, but you have no idea who I am, do you? You shook your head and she removed her sunglasses to realize sparkly ocean blue eyes. All of a sudden, she seemed a little more familiar. My son lives here, and my ex too. She's so pretty! Screenshot, she's so pretty. Oh my god. I love you. I won't say, I can't say her name. Yeah, she hasn't said it yet. With a bent smile, she lifted a hand to point at the condo across the street from your own house. She was Cove's mom! You didn't know why you hadn't realized sooner. Now that you got a good look of her. She seemed nice. She's also very pretty. Her attitude was friendly, and it seemed like she was genuinely happy to meet you. No matter your thoughts on her. Oh my god, look at her wig, she's so cute. No matter your thoughts on her, you still felt taken aback that she had appeared here so suddenly. Cove mentioned that she was coming, but you hadn't gotten the impression that it would be the very next day. She extended a hand again, this time for you to take, and you studied the manicured fingers in front of her face and the assortment of bracelets that dangled from her wrist. I'm Kira Priest. You can call me Kira. You shook your head. You reached out and took her hand, and you shook yours firmly, grinning wide. You already know my name?
That I do.
Cove's mentioned to me before. It's nice to officially meet you, Sai. Cove talked to you about his mom. He had to mention how he said things about you to her. Now I'm curious. What has Cove said about me? Oh, I can't tell you that. I've already said too much. Aw, man. She laughed good-naturedly. You couldn't be happy about that answer, though. The sound of a door opening and closing caught both your attentions, and when you turned towards the sound, it was to find Cove exiting his house, his eyes skimming the ground. Oh. Considering just how tall he had grown, you kind of figured his mom also would have been tall. But she was much more on the shorter side, for an adult anyway. Cove's height must have come from his father.
My baby.
Aww. There you are. I thought you were going to keep me standing out here all day. Aww, they're cute! You tried to catch Cove's eye as he walked towards you, but his gaze was firmly fixed on the sidewalk. When you finally crossed the road and looked up, he gave you a pitiful look.
After the way he acted last night, he knew he must be feeling pretty mixed up about this. He tried to wordlessly express that you understood. Cove and I are heading into town to grab something to eat while the snore is at work. Oh, Mr. Holt. Yeah, Mr. Holt. Kira beamed at Cove and ruffled his hair, which only seemed to upset him more. He assumed the snorer she was talking about was Mr. Holden. Hey, you should come with us, Si. I'd love to get to know you better. Yeah, you should come. Ooh. There was a pleading in his tone that you couldn't miss. Oh, I said that wrong. Of course, we'll run it by your parents first. Responsibility and all that.
Any whoosies.
It'll give me an excuse to meet them, which I need to do at some point. It's important to be neighborly if I'm going to be roosting on the street for the time being. Any whoosies, let's go. KJ, what do you mean by where the Cove dude's from? You mean the guy I've talked about a lot? Cause yes, this is the game that he's from. This is currently Cove Holden when he is 13 because the game takes place from when he's 8 to 13 to 18 to 23. Right now we are in step 2, which is like, as I said earlier, when he's 13. I am also 13, for reference, in this current time period because we are both the same age in the game. Kira walked ahead towards her house, and you hung back with Cove, who crinkled his nose as he watched her.
Sorry.
Aw, cutie. I'm sorry about her, but I really do want you to come. I don't want it to just be the two of us. Not right now. I don't mind. I'll be with you, of course. He leaned in close and whispered, while checking around for anyone who might hear. What happened? Did your dad know you were gone? Cove shook his head and sighed heavily. Dad was so focused on Mom showing up that he didn't even notice. I thought when I heard them on the phone last night that it was something they were planning for the future. This morning, Dad said it was going to be a surprise, and I guess I was surprised. She's going to be here all summer. Oh. You're surprised to hear that, too. Cove sighed again, even heavier. I'll go with you, if you really want me to. He smiled, his shoulders relaxing a little in relief. Thanks, that'd be cool. Kira! The two of you headed over to where Cove's mom had just knocked on her front door and stood behind her. Good job. She's so pretty! I've said this before, but I really do like her design. Even if the shaded green isn't my favorite color. Sorry to all those neon color fans out there, but well, that's right. Mom answered the door after a minute, her eyebrows lifting in surprise at the group she found in front of her. You realized that, like you, she would have no idea that it was Cove's mom who was hanging with you. However, after blinking at the woman a couple times and looking between her and Cove, the realization seemed to strike on her. Hello there, I'm Pamela.
I see.
I see you've met my kid, Sai, and I'm guessing you've already known Cove for a while. Kira laughed, and you and Cove exchanged looks at your parents' weird sense of humor. I'm Kira Priest, Cove's mom. So nice to meet you. Pretty. Taking so many screenshots. Oh goodness. A head of purple-brown hair caught your eyes as Mom popped up behind Mom, squeezing herself in beside her. We have company. I was wondering what all the commotion was. She grinned excitedly at Kira. The two of them introduced themselves and shook hands.
Hello.
Hi, Sai. Cove. Cove smiled at Ma shyly, and she gestured a hand towards the living room. There's no use hanging around the doorway. Why don't you come in? I'd love to, but I promised to take my son out to eat, and I wouldn't want to hold you up with a surprise visit. Cove grimaced. I forgot to say that word. Wow. He likely took offense at how she didn't want to put them out with a surprise visit, but not him apparently. Ha ha ha! That's funny! Oh, I understand. You're welcome to stop by any time.
Of course.
I'd like to take you up on the offer when I can. Count on it. Would you mind too much if Sai went with Cove and I? My treat. We won't be driving. Just a quick walk down the road. Sure, that sounds nice.
Have fun.
I hope you all have fun. You gave your moms a look, and they smiled at you fondly. You were happy they were letting you go. I want to be there for Cove. You could tell that Cove really needed the support, and you're ready to be there for him.
Marvelous.
Marvelous. Expect us back in an hour or two. We look forward to seeing you again. Take care. Your parents waved goodbye to the three of you as you backed up onto the street. There's the sound of the front door closing behind you. I'm pretty positive I saw some restaurants when I was in the taxi, not too far from here.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a tourist town, isn't it? There's a lot of them around. Okay, Cove. I know you feel bad, but like, oh, I can't deal with this awkwardness. It was kind of strange to see Cove give someone this much attitude. If he wasn't in the mood to be nice, he generally just kept to himself. Kira put her hands on her hips and smiled at her son. Well, you sound like the area expert. Do you have any recommendations for a place nearby? Not really. Kira potted at him a little and turned to you instead. How about you, Sai? Want to point me in the right direction? Sure, You nodded. You'd been to a lot of places in town, so you knew a couple good ones. There's a Chinese restaurant that me and my family go to all the time. It's my mom's favorite. There's also a tropical themed place that tries to sort of be fancy. Both sound like a treat. I'll leave it to you to pick for us, since Cove is going through a phase over there. He huffed at her and turned his face away. You insisted Cove contributed to the decision. I don't like making decisions, so I'm gonna make someone do it for me. Cove, can you say which one you want more? He mumbled sulkily, willing to reject his mom, but not you. Ah, that's funny. That's funny. I like the tropical place more. That's what I would have gone for too. Ah, nothing like the two beach people going to the tropical place. With 2 votes in favor of one restaurant, it seemed like it was settled. We can go there.
Thank you.
Thank you, Sai. Will you show us the way? You nodded, taking the lead of your little group as Cove and his mom followed behind you. Together, the 3 of you left the neighborhood behind. The walk was about 15 minutes, and along the way, Kira asked a lot about the questions of the area. Cove was quiet most of the time, so you ended up answering her instead. Kira explained that she lived in a large city, and she loved how peaceful and relaxing everything seemed in Sunset Bird. The restaurant was busy as usual, but luckily, you were shown right to a small table. Kira lowered herself into the chair, while Cove picked the one diagonal to her, not facing her, or to the side. It was awkward. Ahem. Let's see, to start, what would you all like to drink? I'll get an orange soda.
Noted.
Sai? Soda. Which flavor? Gotta love my ginger ale. What? What? Sure. Kira placed the order for your drinks, getting a black hot coffee for herself, and it didn't take long before they were brought to the table and set in front of you. You took a long sip of your drink as you looked around the restaurant. Your small group checked over the menus, deciding what to order. The last time you came here, the dish you ordered was amazing. You wanted to order something different this time. Kira and Cove didn't need any encouragement for this. They were totally focused on the information in front of them. Soon the meals too were ordered and the menus taken away. table surface, waiting to figure out what to say. Cove sunk awkwardly back and further into his seat and crossed his arms, all while blatantly avoiding eye contact. The sidewalk must be real interesting to him right now. His sour feelings stayed unignorable. Instead of asking more open questions, he'd brush off. Ooh, I read that wrong. Kira had mercy on her son and instead put her focus towards you.
So?
So, sigh. What's this few things that you're into? There's gotta be something you do for fun, especially now that you're not buried in school assignments. I spend my time on art. I like creating digitally. Ooh, my computer at home doesn't really have all the art programs I need. Actually, no. That's not what I wanted. I like drawing. I misunderstood that once. I like painting. And I like... I'm really into Cove. Oh no, that's too much. I like to read. Ooh, fictional novels. Ugh, poetry. I'm so bad at poetry. Manga. Oh, you haven't heard of manga, Kira? Wow. I haven't heard of that style, but I'm sure it's very good. It's very neat. I myself am a anime catboy. Haha. I don't know why I would say that. Should I? Yeah, maybe. What else do I do? I like to play video games. I like video games, and I like music. Actually, in high school, I used to be a music kid. High school and middle school, I was a music kid. I've played the violin in the past, but I've also played the piano, and I've also played percussion instruments. I played percussion in school. Marimba's really fun though. I like that. 13 year old me playing marimba, Lamau. I also played the piano. Oh. I listen to a lot of music. I actually haven't been to a concert before, even though I listen to music a lot. But then again, I do play a lot of music, like, just as like background sound, so. I also love to write. Writing has been one of my longest hobbies for like forever. It's been an on and off hobby, but I still very much enjoy it. It just takes a lot out of me than my other hobbies that I've had in the past. I don't really like anything else.
Thanks.
I'm happy to learn more about you. There's so much I hadn't heard. Go leave the details out. He cringed! Looking very much like he would rather be anywhere but here. Hoping it would clear some of the tension in the air, you decided to ask Kira a few questions on your own. Cove hadn't told you much about her, and you were curious to know more about this woman who was such a big part of his life. What exactly do you do for work? I'm a travel writer for magazines and things. I keep people in the loop on what's worth seeing. It's good work. Wow. What do you like to do? Spend time with my little boy, of course, and traveling. A real shock, huh? Yeah, it makes sense, She really does love her son. Where do you live normally? Nevada. Have you ever been there? I have not actually been to Nevada. You shook your head. It's a beautiful place. Check it out if you can. I've always heard about Nevada and like Las Vegas. I think Las Vegas is in Nevada. You know, like the prime time casino place? I would not ask these questions. No, I'm sorry. I could not. You couldn't bring yourself to ask another question. It didn't seem to bother her that the conversation broke off. Cove, what's wrong? Cove sipped his soda angrily, slurping up the remaining drink with a fury with furrowed brows. He looked ready to run straight out of the restaurant. What? No, what's... Cove! You weren't sure if coming along had ended up making the lunch better or worse. You left him alone? You smiled at him. Maybe this will help? I don't know. Cove eventually noticed you watching him. Oh, at least it made him feel better. It was subtle, but you swore you could see the hint of a smile tilting at the corner of his lips.
Very cute.
You two seem really cute together. Oh no, I would also be cringe. Cove covered his face with his hands and leaned back in his seat.
Seriously?
Ooh, Mom, why would you say that? You blushed. Were the two of you really cute together? Oh. Your meals were delivered shortly after that, and everything was so delicious, even Cove enjoyed his food.
Okay.
Alright, now that we're all full and content, can you explain, please, why you've had a bug up your butt all day? Cove's face instantly returned to its scrunched form. Seriously, baby, what did Mom do to make you this mad? I haven't been around a full day yet. He gripped the edge of the table, refusing to make eye contact. The words he spoke were barely audible over the din of the restaurant. Could have told me. She leaned forward to not miss anything else, eyebrows raised. Told you what? He finally seemed to find his voice and spoke the thoughts that had been on his mind. That I wasn't going to visit you this year, that you were going to be coming instead. Didn't you invite me? You wanted me here with you? Cove's eyes began to shake and his frustration ebbed. I do want you to be around, but I didn't know it'd be like this. It's not the same, and nobody said anything. You know, Cove has autism. It has been confirmed by the devs, and it does get confirmed in the game. And if I recall, I mean, I'm not autistic myself, so I don't really know how it feels or what it's like to be autistic. But I do have some autistic friends, and I've heard about some things from people who have autism themselves, and I believe changes are things that people with autism strongly dislike. They don't like changes to their environment or their scheduling. It really upsets them. So it does make sense that Cove he feels like he shouldn't be. He feels very it's a bit weird. He likes being with his mom, but this sudden change, especially when the last time his family was together, was also really rough. So I feel like having autism and also the last time his parents were together, they were fighting and stuff, does make this feel just a bit more frustrating for him, even though he knows it's kind of how outwardly you feel I shouldn't be acting this way, I shouldn't be feeling this way because it's not that big of a deal. It's been 5 years since all of us were together, but it still does bother him, and it's I don't know how to describe it, but I understand why he's feeling the way he does. He's feeling frustrated that it's affecting him so much, because he does enjoy his mom's presence, but just how everything changed this summer without him knowing prior to this, it's hard on him.
I see.
Also, I would love to state that I think it's also interesting not interesting, but I think it's also really nice how even though he does have autism and stuff, it doesn't seem like anyone else reacts negatively to it. No one it gets revealed later, but everyone's just pretty nice and accommodating for him, which I think is really nice. Here, expression grew tense. She threaded her fingers together and placed her hands in front of her on the table. We've both been gifted another Clifford surprise. Referring to that as a Clifford surprise almost caused both you and Cove to crack a smile. You also had no idea his name wasn't just Cliff. Over 5 years, nobody had ever called him Clifford until now. She smoothed her hair out, not letting go of her stern look. The more things change, the more they stay the same. They let out identical sighs, but smiled weakly at one another afterwards. Aww. So similar.
I'm sorry.
You can go home, Cove. We can still set up a normal trip to my place before the summer ends. Cove's lips tightly. I am so glad that his mother is just being really accommodating of this. Because keep in mind, she spent money, probably a lot of money, to to get here, because Nevada and California are 2 separate states. And even if they're next to each other, that's like quite a ways to drive. Or fly. So the fact that she's willing to leave, even though it probably costed her quite a bit, just because her son is displeased at the change, just means so much to me. That she's willing to put his comfort at above, I guess, monetary reasons. I think that's, despite the fact that she's not really that active in her son's life, I'm really glad that she's very considerate of his feelings in this. Because I'm pretty sure that if he let her, if he wanted her to leave, she would. Because I think that's just who Kira is. So nice. Cove's lips tightly closed together. He seriously pondered the option.
I mean,
I think I do want you to stay. I miss it when you're not there. My heart! She reached across the gap, grabbed his face, and planted a kiss on his cheek. Cove tried to wiggle away. Mom, stop! I'm sorry. Sweet young men need to be smooshed by their parents. If I don't, they'll take away my mom license. Kira was completely enthused by his Cove's ambition, though a tone of seriousness did return to her voice when the conversation continued. Do you want to talk to your dad too?
no!
Oh. Why is... Hold on. No, the voice is all the way up. He just sounds really quiet for some reason. I don't know. I've noticed that, Cove's voice sounds extremely quiet compared to the game, but, everyone else sounds normal. But maybe that's just me. We'll see. Cove had snapped the word instantly, but Ryota's annoyance... Sorry. Cove had snapped the word instantly, but reeled his annoyance back in just as quickly. Maybe later. Not today.
It's alright.
I understand. We can shelve it. Thanks, Mom. Thank you for talking to me, little mister. She grinned affectionately at him before turning your way. And thank you, Sai. What did I do? Huh? What did I do? I just said that! It's easy to act like a baby with your mom, but it's harder to keep up with that with your neighbor watching everything. Especially when you really care about what said neighbor thinks of you. She winked. Wink wonk. Mom! She had just ruffled his hair with a laugh, then moved her hand down to tap the end of his nose. And that's how the issue was resolved, at least between Cove and his mom. When the three of you left the restaurant and Kira had paid the bill, you walked back to your neighborhood slowly. You'd eaten so much by that time, you're beginning to feel sleepy. It didn't help that lunch had happened late and the sun was already beginning to descend from the sky. But eventually, you reached your street. Someone was there to greet your group upon arrival. Welcome back, family! Inside, too.
Huh.
Cliff. Dad. The two walked past him into the condo without sparing another word. Despite the summer heat, their shoulders were cold. Oof. Uh-oh. I'm in trouble. He rubbed the back of his neck with a crooked smile, but his eyes were soft as he looked on after them. He's so much like his mom, don't you think? You gave a vague nod, not sure what he was expecting you to do. He nodded back, far more energetically. Okay, have a nice night, Si. You too, Mr. Holden. With that gone, Cove's dad disappeared to join the others inside. It was your turn to go home now. Summer hadn't started off at all how you imagined it would have, though it turned out to set the tone well. Having Kira in the neighborhood was a new experience for not only you and Cove, but also both your families, and a dull moment was rarely had. Woo! Okay. Do I want to do one of these? Wait, why is it not selecting? Interesting. I don't actually remember what some of these are. I'm trying to remember off the top of my head. I know what this one is. That one, that one. Not this. No, I remember that one. This one. This one's really nice. I don't. I remember what this one was! Okay, I remember what this one was. Okay. Actually, man, it feels like time flew by so quickly. Wow. It's almost... Whoa. You know what? I think that'll do it for today. I am pretty sure I would start another one, but that might take a really long time, and I'm almost just out of time. So, thank you guys so much for coming out. We finally... It's been such a long time, but I've been wanting to start step 2. Cause like I kept having to cancel things or like having to move stuff around every time like there just happened to be an hour live stream because of just IRL things. But I'm really glad that we finally got to start step 2. Hope next time we should be getting through the moments of step 2. I'll probably play 4 like I do normally. Maybe 5, we'll see how that goes. But thank you guys so much for coming out. If you liked what you see, and if you also like my favorite boy in the whole world, Cove Holden, feel free to drop a follow on Twitch. Also, if you want to see past broadcasts of my streams, I'll start archiving them on my YouTube channel, which is also by the same username as their site. And also, if you want to follow me on Twitter, where I post my daily or my schedule updates and just like any changes to my schedule, you can follow me on Twitch. Sorry, Twitter. My Twitter account is AsterSciVT, so if you want to follow me there, you can. Thank you guys so much for coming by, and I'll see you. Bye!